All right, so we're looking at our first set of notes for special right triangles. So what you should have learned from special right triangles, the activity you just completed, filling out the table on the left, is that each leg of a 45, 45, 90 triangle is equal to x, and your hypotenuse is equal to x square root of 2. So what you have to recognize is that x from the leg is the same x from the hypotenuse, okay? So let's look at different scenarios that you might have to work out when given different information. So looking at example 1. So example 1 gives us the 8. 8 is attached to one of the legs, so my legs are in pink. My hypotenuse is going to be green, so the hypotenuse is x square root of 2. Your leg is the x is the x. So in this case, they say my leg is 8. That means that x is 8. So if this leg is 8, then this leg is 8. And we can plug that 8 into the hypotenuse formula, so the hypotenuse is 8 square root of 2. So this is a really simple one. It asks you what's the length of ED. Well, ED is my hypotenuse, and DF is that second leg. So the DF, ED is the leg, and DF is the hypotenuse. Sorry, you need to look at the picture. Sorry about that. ED is 8. And then my hypotenuse is 8 square root of 2. Okay, so that one's really simple. When they give you the leg, that makes it very easy to complete. The other leg is the same. The other one is 8 square root, or is the x square root of 2. Looking at example 2 now. So let's use our same colors and highlight the legs. NE and EW. So they're asking me for both of my legs, and they have given us the hypotenuse this time. Well, remember from our rules above, if they give you the hypotenuse, that number in front of your square root is the x. So in this case, x is equal to 15 for this leg. So that means that leg is also 15. So NE is 15, EW is 15. Right, so those are the two pretty simple ones when they give you a leg and they give you a very straightforward hypotenuse. So of course it's not always going to be that easy. So let's look at example 3 and 4. So looking at examples, let's start with example 3. So they gave us a leg, 7 square root of 2, and they're asking me, one of them is BC. And of course the other one is AC, the hypotenuse. We're going to highlight first and not come back so we don't mess that up again. And in this case, we have to recognize they gave us a leg, so that means that this is what my x is equal to. So if this leg is 7 square root of 2, then this leg is 7 square root of 2. If this is what x is equal to, then we still need to plug that into our hypotenuse, but simplify it, okay? So remember your hypotenuse we'll work a little bit over here. Your hypotenuse is equal to x square root of 2. Well, my x is 7 square root of 2, and we still need to add on, we multiply the other square root of 2. So when we do that, square root of 2 times square root of 2 is going to be 7 square roots of 4. If we continue to simplify, the square root of 4 is 2. So we have 7 times 2, which gives us that our hypotenuse is going to be 14. So AC is equal to 14. Looking at example 4, our last example, my legs are JK and KL. And it looks like this time they give us the hypotenuse as 22. So they gave me a hypotenuse with a whole number. So what that means is this is the hypotenuse. It is equal to x square root of 2. Whatever all this, multiply whatever all this multiplied together gives you 22. So we need to solve this equation for the x, because the x is what the legs will be. So if we rewrite it, we have 22 equals x square root of 2. So we need to solve this equation for x. So the x is being multiplied by square root of 2. So to get rid of it, you have to divide. What you do to one side, you have to do to the other. You have to divide both sides by the square root of 2. So you get that x equals 22 divided by square root of 2. Remember from last week, our rules are we can't have a square root on the bottom. So to get the most simpler form, multiply the numerator and the denominator by the square root of 2. So if we rewrite, I like x on the left, so I'm going to rewrite it over here. We get 22 times the square root of 2 over the square root. 2 times 2 is 4. So when we simplify some more, we get that x equals 22 square root of 2, and I'm simplifying the bottom, so because the square root of 4 is 2. Then we still need to simplify a little bit more, because 22 divided by 2 simplifies to 11. So you get that x is equal to 11 square roots of 2. So that means that this leg is 11 square root of 2, and this leg is 11 square root of 2.